Okay. Well, I think everything's set up and ready to go. Got my cup of tea. Tea for the afternoon. Coffee is just too much for me now in the afternoon. Sorry to all my coffee fans. So, let's have a look at where we're up to from last time. Mainly I've been working on this section here. Her hand and arm, and just trying to use the same colours. So let me hold up my palette. This is my skin palette, and some of them are, watercolours, as in not watercolours, they're pastels, but the colour of the water just to float over the top. So it's kind of the same palette I had down on the feet. I need to darken this foot, so we might do that today, but I've just been building up around the hands, and I need to get a bit more darkness going on here for some contrast. Shape her shoulder, get the muscle showing better. Yeah, it's starting to come together. So I have some jazz and sort of bluesy music in the background, and I sent a text from Donna, so shout out to Donna for letting me know that the music was okay by her. So that's good. And it stops you from hearing my heavy breathing. The pencil sharpener today is going to be another KUM, made in Germany. And so far it's behaving okay. So that's the pencil sharpener. So last time it was this other one by Coombe, and these little ones on the sides are actually for sharpening your points to really long points, but it doesn't work for me. Anyway, pencil sharpening is quite an important aspect of pastel painting when you're using the pastels. It's an interesting one. I might end up with that. Just put that to one side because I like the look of that. I want to get the same darkness. This needs to be a bit darker in here, and I want to pull that across into your skin if possible. My picture set up. There we go. It's quite a dark green. Gonna go with very dark green. There's purple in there as well, but I might just and hopefully my head is not gonna, my balding head does not get in the way of the shot. Be sad. So some of that green going on. Right. Mix it with some magenta, which will turn it quite black. There's quite a bit of shadow just in this spot. And if we can, maybe with a brush, quite darken. So this week, I guess for the sake of posterity, about what's happening this week, we got 70% less people coming to New Zealand for tourism because they can't get here. It's a bit sad for the tourism industry, but one of the stop-offs to New Zealand that's quite popular is Dubai. So that's out of action. Doesn't look like it's going to be opening anytime soon. Now, petrol is $3.25 a litre here now. What it's like where you are, but I've noticed I went to the supermarket earlier today and there's definitely a lot less people there. I think they're just, you know, often we treat our supermarkets as pantries, buying fresh produce. And I think a lot of people, including myself, are rethinking that. I went to my local cafe earlier today. Oh, it's actually a little coffee cart just up the road. Doesn't take very long to get there. And had the most exquisite chocolate caramel slice. Got one for my wife. And we were both very happy. That's what we needed. A bit of chocolate in our lives. I'm just trying to float the pencil without pushing too hard on it. Float it. And I don't worry too much if I'm leaning on the... This is just pastel pencil, so it's not going to lift too much, and it's okay. My hand will just be blending it. It rests on it. What else has been happening that I can tell you about? I was really pleased that there's an art exhibition going on in the city next weekend. And on the Friday, it's this Friday, they've allowed or invited retired people to go for free. As I'm not retired, I don't get to get free pass, but I think that's lovely that they're doing that. It doesn't matter too much if you've got like marks on your. Let's just zoom in a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Sorry, I should have zoomed in. Here we go. Do I need to zoom in a bit more? Maybe just a bit. You can see there, I mean, I do have a light shining on it, so it's probably a bit darker for you than, sorry, it's probably a bit lighter for you than what it is for me. Because I've got the spotlight on it. But you see how it's got like little squiggles. And they're okay because when you step back from the paintings aren't, you know, ideally they're not designed for what they say in photography, which is pixel peeping, where you're staring at the image so closely to see the pixels and just the complete detail on the photo. The paintings aren't. They're designed to be sort of like a metre back or more, and all your colours are going to blend together. I might just use that lighter green and come across here. And sometimes as I'm laying down the colour, it's very, very light. But I'm gonna, I'm great with having it that way because I'll be adding other colours to it. Right. We can bleed across into this part of his shirt that we want to bleed across into it because it'll get rid of lines. We've got a broken line. As that vein comes down from, so it comes in here, like that. So I have no problem with adding green to skin. I see a lot of green in skin. In fact, some people, because of their veins, are more green toned in their skin, and other people are blue toned in their skin. And I am just trying to get the tone right of this particular painting. I can get the tonal values right, you can forgive a lot. Might find the shape of the muscles. Yeah. So you're not, I mean, in a way, I'm colouring in. But there's a certain amount of sculpture going on as well. And they're trying to lay your colours in such a way that it's 3D-ish. Get those we end up doing some brushwork around here. Blend it. Not yet. It worked. I love it when it works. Bit of green in here, but this is going to darken that up with some blues and reds later. But I just want to get a bit of darkness going there. A little bit of shadow. Remind myself. There's a bit of shadow there. Under the ear. Gonna be and it's gonna be green as well. Just use the screen to start us off. Vein. Yeah. I was putting in some warming up her skin earlier. It actually comes down to here. Just think about the shadow. And I want this to be a little lighter, but for now it's okay. Somewhere up here. See your jaw. Let's try and get a bit of that shadow. It should be higher. Okay. Don't mind me, I just talk to myself while I just think about shapes. It's not like I've got a complete traced section for her lips and eyes. We'll just have to get that up as we go. It'll be okay. Let's get a hint though going there, and somewhere around here we're going to have a nice eyebrow for him. Just gonna here, something like that. That'll come together when it's time. Right, maybe a gentle brush. I say gentle, I mean gentle, because when you use the brush, you're going to knock a whole ton of pastel off. And that's what I don't want to have happen. The dark into the light, not the light into the dark. Here we go. That's what we want. Let's start to get tissue. Just clean that off. So this is just a little watercolor brush. Now just be careful if you do decide to use a brush. Don't flick it around like Bob Ross, because you'll just spray dust everywhere. And you won't like that. Just want to blend some of that in. Losing that thumb. That's okay. Build that up again later. Here we go. So, what do you reckon about a bit of foot action? Now we've started to get some life into that hand. Although I am tempted to go crazy. People action going on. What other purples have we got? Violets. I've got to start calling them violet purple. I think that is just a shade darker. And I think we want some magenta. It's the royal we, of course, but as you're the audience, you can be included in it. And what this is going to do is if I drop a green or a blue on it. Where's a really dark, dark blue? It's a scratchy one. Don't like that. You're so scratchy. You're not making me happy at all. Try that green. Yeah, that's what I want. The green and the magenta. Sometimes you can get it with the blue, but that blue wasn't cooperating with me. Gonna make the darker black. Something. So I'll just use it while I've got it in my hand. Careful, David, you'll get carried away. Let's pop that away before I go berserk with it. And I need to just brush that up. There we go. Good-o. How are we going for time? 30 minutes. That's all right. Let's switch to some feet. Well, we'll zoom out. We'll zoom out so you can sort of see the... Here we go. Yeah. See her eyeballs starting to take shape, you know, from the negative space. So that's okay. We'll put a definition on his face. I think I might do his hair this week. Maybe I'll do both their hair. That might be nice. And but this hand's starting to come together. Let me bring up the reference photo, a big version for you. Where is it? There. So that's the photo. You see mine's very light. So even if I, you know, turn this light off, so you'll see it in what more likely would be a room's light. So one sec. So you'll see that, you know, the value if it changes, and you're now seeing it more as what it would look like on someone's wall. Light back on, and now it's washed out. You know, sorry, that's the joy of filming. I have not yet worked out how to do studio lights in a way that enable me to see, but for you to get more of a real view of how the painting's going. We'll get there. So feet. Let's zoom into the feet. Can I zoom in a bit more? Maybe that's going to be enough. Maybe I'll zoom in a bit more. Can we? Let's footsies. Seems to be in focus, that's alright. So we might as well just save that camera shot. So using the same palette, I need to darken these feet. That's what I want to do. And I think, you know, the colour that I was using before, it's this green. Seems to be acceptable. Let's get it into the pants as well, so we can play with that. I don't know that we're going to go crazy dark on the feet, because I was actually sort of thinking that the vibe was okay. We are gonna be finishing in some spots, hopefully. Get rid of some of that lightness. Okay. And I'm still effectively blocking in at this stage. We're not worrying about major details. You can find the darks and the lights. That line there, like that. There's a bit of a lump on your foot somewhere around there. Find one of the other greens just to give it a wash with that. Maybe that one. Follow lines, because this is sort of, you've got shadows of water. Shadows of water, you've got the colour of the shadows in the water, I think is the words I'm trying to find. So it doesn't matter if they go over into the, the water. In fact, if anything, we want to be able to find those colours. So that looks, nice and sickly, doesn't it? Fantastic. If he had some disease. What we need is a different green. This is an olive. A yellow in it. Somewhere around there. Where's my Actually, maybe a bit of a little bit reddish. Like that. Quite what I want. No. No. Is that? Maybe that's too red. Okay. We got a no. Already used you and I didn't like you. No. Put you in the pile and do some blending. No, I don't want to do any blending. I don't want to do that. Blend with a pencil. More like it. We need some violet shade. Is it this one? We got in the way of blues. I do like this one. Very greeny. circle up there. It's interesting, but I don't know that that's not right. What do you like? Bit of a cyan. Horrible. Not really. Actually, not bad. Shadow. Keep you. You're okay. We'll put you in that one. 2 blue. Feeling I have to create my own violet. We create that with Magenta. And that edge. Fade out. So that. Yes, I'd quite like that blue to. Not sure if this is the right blue. Don't think it is. It'll all come together shortly. Just gotta trust the process. Good old brush. Will fix a multitude of sins. Maybe I should call this the brush of forgiveness. Get back a bit. So far, been able to darken this foot up quite a bit. Since we started. And mirror it a bit. Background. Soften this up a bit. What do you reckon? I reckon I'm okay with that. We go through these moments of horror. Like, oh my goodness, what a disaster. Zoom out. So you see it in context. That's not bad, eh? That's alright. You see some... I mean, the heel at the moment looks a bit sharp. I've got to fix this down here. Don't worry about that. Fix this because it looks like it's got a sort of a... I don't know. Looks a bit weird to me. We've splashed some colour around on the arms and back and the feet. And I'll be back again next week for an update, and by then maybe you'll see that, you know, the hair's done. I've done lots of videos of me doing people's hair, so you can always check those out. You want to, you know, watch me do hair in slow motion. So here, maybe a bit more on their faces. His I've got to agonise over her dress, so her dress is quite complicated if I bring up the picture again. You've got all these beautiful... What do you call those things, those little round things? It's not diamanty. You know what they are, just drop it in the comments. I can't remember what they're called. And it's like scallops. Pretty sure that's what it is. So it's quite a complicated dress, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. There's a lot of green and greys, some flesh tones poking through. That'll be the white of the underdress as well. So yeah, lots more to being away at. And like I say, thanks very much for coming along, watching the replay. I hope the music, you know, if you're doing it at 2 speed or 3 speed, I'm not sure how fast YouTube goes, wasn't too irritating. And I appreciate you joining the journey. Thanks very much. And I will hit the off button.